Good evening, folks, from a lovely weather. It's been a great day today. Forecasting nice and sunny again tomorrow, 25 degrees. Always like that. So, just online, just been reading through the different news on uh, different websites. I've come across one on Landlord today. So, all credit to Graham Norwood from Landlord today. It's his article, not mine. I'm just not commenting on it. What it says is dramatic EPC rating improvement produced by a retrofit project. Now, for those of you not sure or don't know, as well as an EPC assessment, you can have a retrofit EPC assessment organised by a retrofit coordinator. What that is, it's a more in-depth assessment of your property where they will come out or come back with a costed out way for you to achieve the best rating possible. Okay, so what it is, Skipton Building Society has launched what it calls a transformative retrofit initiative to help UK meet net zero targets by 2050. Forget about whether you think net zero is bollocks or whatever at the moment. Bear with me on this one because listen to what I'm going to say first and then have your rant about net zero, whether you're for or against it. The big retrofit quotation is based on a new report from the Society and a pilot project conducted on a property. The pilot included an air source heat pump, solar panels, battery storage, triple glazing, cavity wall insulation, and ventilation updates. A detailed evaluation measured the improvements in energy efficiency and carbon footprint before and after the retrofit. The one thing they don't want to say is how much this all cost, because I'm telling you now, if you've got an air source heat pump, solar panels, these look like thermovoltaic panels because they're generating electricity rather than hot water. So that's why you've got the battery storage, etc. So these are serious upgrades. Ventilation, it'll be a mechanical ventilation system. For those you don't know, I'm a retrofit EPC assessor as well as an EPC assessor. So they haven't actually said what it cost. What they said the key outcomes include, though, are enhanced energy efficiency. The property's energy performance certificate improved from a D to a B after the retrofit, showcasing that changes exceeded typical expectations for retrofitting a home to meet the government target of an EPCC rating by 2035. Note that he said cavity wall insulation as well, because that means it's not a pre-1920 building. Definitely, because anything pre-90 is normally solid wall. So they've done it on something that's got a cavity wall. Lower carbon footprint. The retrofit measures the reduced property's reliance on fossil fuels and contributed to a reduction in its overall carbon footprint. Increased comfort. The property experienced improved heat retention and comfort levels, particularly during the winter months, demonstrate the effectiveness of the insulation and heating system. Now, I did an EPC for someone who put an air source heat pump in, and basically what it does, for him, he had it fixed to a underfloor heating system, and the heat just permeates throughout the building. He reckoned he could keep it at 20 degrees. Oh yeah, it done have an insulation the whole lot. And very, very impressive setup he had there. And he reckoned he could actually almost vacuum seal the place and keep it, because the insulation was that good, and keep it at that 20 degrees. He said the running costs were minimal. Now, all I do is do an EPC assessment for him. I can't tell you what the running costs were, but that was his opinion. He's a very clever man, scientist. So that's what I can say on that. So now Skipton Building Society is calling on the government to reaffirm commitment to net zero by 2050 to maintain market confidence, provide a clear retrofit expectations for homeowners, not just landlords, extend 0% VAT on energy saving home improvements beyond 2027, rebalance electricity pricing to make lower carbon heating viable. And that's one of the most important things, and I've been on about this before. The problem with wholesale energy the price of it is calculated on the last unit used to produce the energy. And that is, more often than not, that's gas, which is the most expensive source to produce energy. And we're reliant on gas. So even though these lower green initiatives are actually becoming far more efficient and far more effective, and I'm not saying that they're the answer, I think nuclear fuel is the answer. However, they are better than they were, and they're far more efficient and potentially more efficient than gas now. So, shoot me down for that one, but it's a fact. A spokesman for the society says, "We are committed to making meaningful impact on the UK's transition to net zero homes. The lessons learned from the big retrofit project will serve as a valuable resource for homeowners, policymakers and industry leaders alike. We want to make sure retrofitting accessible, practical and affordable for all. And the big retrofit is just the beginning of our efforts to support our members and the broader housing market in the UK. Through the big retrofit, we've gained first-hand experience of the challenges and benefits of upgrading a home to be more efficient. We're sharing our insights to help homeowners make informed decisions about retrofitting and to support policymakers as they work towards UK's net zero goals." And I'll say again, they haven't said how much it costs them to do that. And I think that's a key thing. There's two key takeaways for me. Is one, they haven't said how much it costs to take it, to bring it to a B. And I think you're talking, looking at that, you could be talking many, many thousands of pounds, maybe 20,000. Triple glazing, air source heat pump, solar photovoltaic panels, battery system for storing electricity. This all adds up. So I think that's a significant investment. And remembering they've done it on a home that has a cavity wall. There's a hell of a lot of properties out there that landlords have that are not cavity wall. They're old Victorian properties, early Edwardian, and they have solid brick. So these are things to bear in mind. And I think the other big takeaway is, and they are right in what they're saying, is rebalance how wholesale energy is calculated, because it's being affected by the fact our reliance on gas, a fossil fuel, which is the most expensive source, compared to solar, wind, etc. So those are my takeaways from it. I don't know what you guys think. Please comment below. I have a podcast, by the way, called Efficiency in Property Investing, and we cover stuff like this all the time. So the other week we covered loft insulation, we covered EPCs, air source heat pumps, ground source heat pumps, etc. So I'll put a link for my podcast in the comments below. Please like, subscribe and share. Costs nothing to share, it means a huge amount to me though. Really grateful for any support. So hope you found that interesting. I'll put a link to the article as well down below. The reason why I put them down below is because when this posts across all sorts of platforms, when I post on Facebook doesn't seem to like the fact that I put links in the actual post. So I always put them in the comments, and that's the reason why it's not clickbait, it's just the fact that Facebook are a bit funny like that. Anyway, that's all for me from this evening. I hope you found it interesting, a bit informative. Have a look at the article. Please like, subscribe and share to my podcast, Efficiency in Property Investing. New episodes every Monday. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Keep moving forward.